Section 4.2, the addition rule and multiplication rule. Key concept. In this section, we present the addition rule as a tool for finding probabilities that can be expressed as the probability of event A or event B, which is the probability that either event A occurs or event B occurs, or they both occur as the single outcome of a procedure. To find the probability of event A or event B occurs, we begin by adding the number of ways that A can occur and the number of ways that B can occur, without counting any outcomes more than once. The key word "or" in the addition rule is associated with the addition of probabilities. Now, this section also presents the basic multiplication rule used for finding the probability of A and B, which is the probability that event A occurs and event B occurs. Now, if the outcome event A somehow affects the probability of event B, it is important to adjust the probability of event B to reflect the occurrence of event A. The ruling for finding the probability of event A and B is called the multiplication rule because it involves multiplication of the probability of event A and the probability of event B, where, if necessary, the probability of event B is adjusted because of the outcome of event A. Now, the word "and" in the multiplication rule is associated with the multiplication of probabilities. Now, in the following section, we consider compound events. Now, a compound event is any event combining two or more simple events. Now, the addition rule. Let's take a look at the notation for the addition rule. Now, the probability of event A or B is equal to the following. We would say that the probability in a single trial, event A occurs or event B occurs, or they both occur. Now, the word "or" used in this notation is the inclusive "or," which means either one or the other or both. The formal addition rule is often presented as a formula, but blind use of formulas is not recommended. Instead, understand the spirit of the rule and use that understanding as in the intuitive addition rule that follows. So here's the intuitive addition rule. To find the probability of A or B, add the number of ways event A can occur and the number of ways event B can occur, but add in such a way that every outcome is counted only once. The probability of A or B is equal to that sum divided by the total number of outcomes in the sample space. Now, the formal addition rule is the following. We would say that the probability of event A or B is equal to the probability of event A plus the probability of event B minus the probability of A and B. Now, the reason why you have this formal addition rule is because that means that this takes care of getting rid of that value that may be added more than once. So again, probability A and B denotes the probability that A and B both occur at the same time as an outcome in a trial of a procedure. Now, one way to apply the addition rule is to add the probability that event A and the probability of event B, and if there is any overlap that causes double counting, you compensate for it by subtracting the probability of outcomes that are included twice. That's why you have subtract here. Now, this approach is reflected in the above formal addition rule.